of players and book. This is a live play D&D game where we all have lots of fun. We are unfortunately short a Latia this week, but everyone else is here and we're going to have a fun game. Katie?
Hello, everybody. It is I, your favorite neighborhood goblin, aka Goblin Katie, aka Katie Downey. I am going to be playing the College of Eloquence bard, Dominique, tonight. She is a Triton. And I want to give a quick shout out to Idle Champions of the Forgotten Realms. Thank you so much for providing us with this code. If you put !code in chat, it will pull it up. Otherwise, you can look on the screen and you will see under our logo, the Idle Champions logo, under that, it's the code. It's right above Lauren. And this week's code, this week's code was not updated on here. This week's code is
Honest Hella Grieg.
Thank you. There were so many things happening. But yeah, so go ahead, put that code in on the Idle Champions game, and get yourself a free Electrum chest. It's good stuff. Mm-hmm. And on to Lauren.
On to me. Hi, I'm Lauren Urban. I'm going to be playing Faralos, your Tempest cleric with a big hammer who now has writing on her hammer and is not happy about it. I do want to say, if those of you who are interested in other things that I might be doing, I have a stream on Tuesdays with the Phoenix Iwaki channel where we play Humblewood, so you can watch me play a character that would think Essequa is the coolest character ever of all time, because she is. And then you might want to watch Dungeon Scrawlers for a fun announcement coming up for Wednesday.
Yay.
Something little but fun.
We love Dungeon Scholars. They're fantastic over there. Hello, I am Jen Kretschmer. You can find me on the interwebs. Oh, Lauren, did you say where people can find you on the interwebs?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, lauren-urban.com. Go to my website. It's easier that way.
Goblin Katie on all the socials.
I am Jen Kretschmer. You can find me on the interwebs as at DreamWisp, on Twitch as DreamWispJen. You can, speaking of Humblewood, I have worked on some goodies that if you are a Humblewood patron, you can check out some fun settings stuff that I wrote in this month's Humblewood handout. I don't know what the official title is, but this month's goodies for Humblewood. On Tuesdays, you can also catch me in on that Bronze Girls channel at 1 p.m. Pacific for In the Black, which is a fun, cozy, wonderful Fablecraft game where we do some really delightful things, and it's fun and silly and cozy and lovely. I do all the creative things. I'm rambling today. I'm sorry. I've been filming since 8 a.m. and my brain is mushed. So you all are gonna get a really fun version of me tonight. Hooray! Like I'm going. Oh, we're all wearing green. This is where my brain
we
is.
are. Oh, damn.
We are. Yeah, we coordinated. This is the kind of night it's gonna be, and we don't have a Latia to buffer it. So lucky audience. Congratulations. It's going to be a night.
We're going to go ahead and apologize for the chaos.
I'm not.
But thank you for coming and hanging out. And tonight I will be playing your friendly neighborhood philosophical tsunami druid, Rivulet.
And I am Jeremiah Sumerian. You can find me on socials at dsumerian. And you can find I do stuff with SCP. It's fine, whatever. Let's credit all of our maps and music and tokens real quick before we get started. Cartography by Shay and Peku. Cartography by Shay and Peku Sci-Fi. Maps by Luke Stratton. Maps by Eightfold Paper. Music by Tabletop Audio. And character tokens by Greek46. And let's...
And fantastic moderators. We love our moderators.
Yay!
Thank you, our moderators.
Awesome. Let's do a summary of the last episode, which was episode 5. School Hard. Looking down on empty streets, all she can see are the dreams all made solid, are the dreams all made real. All of the buildings and all of the cars were once just a dream in somebody's head. Mercy Street, Peter Gabriel. The students arrive at the school and find a handful of pirates arguing with school staff over the return of their ships. The pirates are definitely being threatening, but the school staff are trying to reason with them. Suddenly, the students come up from behind and engage in conversation, and Pirate King Flynn eventually recognizes the students as the ship thieves and offers a veiled threat if they don't return the ships. At this, the school staff drop all pretense of civility. They put this Pirate King and his companions into a bubble and roll him off the edge of a cliff outside. Reginald, the Frog of Holding, is apparently flagged by the school's magic item security system, and after a brief conversation is separated from the Bag of Holding. After that's handled, the headmaster and the students go to his office alongside the school counselor to talk about their previous adventure on Mount Chicken Island. The headmaster isn't fully sure what to do about the working reactor, which is quite dangerous, but after some suggestions from the students, he resolves to contact the Dwarven Mountain Homes, the Kalichian Kingdom, the Hivern Provincial Union, and the underwater city-state of Brescia, asking each of them to send representatives to secure and protect the reactor. The students decline sitting down with the school counselor and decide to talk to some of their mentors instead. A long conversation is held with the philosophy professor, Dr. Whitaker, about the dream Rivulet experienced in the reactor, which the students kept secret from the headmaster. Dr. Whitaker takes in all the information, though he is less surprised than the students expected. He seems particularly fascinated with the term the darkness dreaming, which has showed up on Rivulet's staff, and seems to respond to people talking about it by glowing blue. He resolves to do some research today and reconvene tomorrow for a deeper discussion. The party also visit the Archmage Evergreen. Their discussion is much shorter, as he seems absorbed in his work. He notices another message on Essequith's new spellbook. The students then talk in the hallway about these messages, discovering one on Furlos's hammer and another on the inside of Dominique's armor, almost like she has something to hide. Anyway, the party move on to their room and listen to the radio. They discover that a new radio station is available on top of the other two they already knew of. This one is called Pirate Radio, and it's apparently broadcasting from a frog in a tinfoil hat on Mount Chicken Island. He starts recounting the students' adventures on the island to the whole world. The party decide to rest, and they all find themselves in a similar space as Rivulet's dream from the reactor. Only this time, a dwarf comes up and advertises a candy shop before realizing something is wrong and then disappearing. It is 7 a.m. on Hunter's Day, the 11th of Dreams. The sun has barely moved in the sky over the last few days. And on the backside of the plate that the students live on, a whole other civilization just became aware of Vikander's candy shop. You all are awakened by the sound of your radio clicking on at 7 o'clock as the alarm was set, because that's the beginning of your school day. So we're going to play this.
I'm Nelson Newman, and this is today's top news story. It's war, apparently. The Hivern Provincial Union has officially declared war on the Dwarven Mountain Homes this morning, following an erroneous dream broadcast overnight. Tensions were already high due to the union's objection to exploitative employment contracts inside the mountain homes, and provocations from Porthy Balin Freight and Shipping in and around the King's Strait. A full mobilization is underway, and the following statement was released by Argon the Ageless and the government of the Hivern Union. We have repeatedly asked the mountain homes to redress our grievances and have been repeatedly rebuffed. 20 years ago, we saved them from the castaway, and we did the same 2 months ago. In exchange, we received nothing but vitriol, and they also attempted to assassinate me on 2 different occasions. One of the assassination attempts was fended off with the aid of the Queen of Kalich, so she can confirm the truth of that matter. Their employment contracts, as they call them, are one step above the unspeakable. Despite all this, we've been trying to bring a peaceful resolution to our disagreements for the last month. We've been answered at every juncture with threats of violence. Last night they invaded our dreams. There can only be one answer to an invasion. I'm sorry. The spokesman for the Mountain Homes was unavailable, and the Queen of Kalich couldn't be personally reached for comment, but she did put out a press release confirming the truth of Argon's statements. She has reportedly been trying to persuade the Kalichian Council to declare war in solidarity, but has, as of yet, been unsuccessful. We'll have more in just a few minutes, but first, a word from our sponsor. The Directorate for Reason, Ethics, and Applied Metaphysics is looking for you. We have a branch in most major cities. If you're trying to better understand the universe, we want you. Remember, practicing unlicensed philosophy is a serious crime. Become a licensed philosopher today and change the world.
Uh,
So that
Fearless,
just happened.
Fearless is going to get up and wander on over to the radio. Pretty much awake. She's kind of a morning person. There is that moment in where she's about to swipe the radio off of the table, just out of habit, but instead she just turns it off.
I was gonna say Dominique is like sleeping face down with her face buried in the pillow, and her hand is just kind of slapping out, trying to find where to turn it off. And then after Furless gets it, her arm just hangs down on the side of the bed, and she mutters into the pillow, "So that just happened?" But I guess it sounds more like.
Can I retcon that what Fairlos does is actually do the cat thing and push the radio on over so it's far enough over so that your flailing actually turns it off
Yes!
and then just pushes it back?
I love that.
All right, well, I thought I just had a weird dream, but now apparently everybody did. I guess it's good to get that confirmation first thing in the morning. I'd be wondering about that all day.
So you had it too.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I assume from the radio that practically everybody did.
It would seem so. And Riv is already up and sort of dressed. Riv tends to do well first thing in the morning, like early in the morning and later in the evening. It's midday when Riv needs coffee.
That 3 o'clock slump. Oof, that's rough.
Riv is my
I mean,
spirit
it's
animal.
closer to like to the 11 a.m. to 4, 5, or 6 p.m. slump.
Okay.
We have a diurnal friend on our hands.
There you go.
Yeah.
Dominique eventually rolls over and kind of sits up and looks around and says, well, what are we going to do?
About?
Just in general today. I was going to go speak with my advisor if anyone is interested, Professor Rosenthal.
I would be happy
What
to...
does Professor Rosenthal teach?
He is the speech teacher.
Ah, correct. Correct. Yes. Yes, that. And also, we have classes today, don't we? Or do we?
I mean...
You guys
Oh, that's
do have
right.
classes
We do
today.
get classes, don't we?
You have a full schedule today, actually. It's
The last few
Party.
days have been so free. I forgot.
I don't know if I'd call it free, but certainly mines were on things other than our classes. Dominique, I'm more than happy to come along with you if you'd like the company to see your advisor about everything that happened.
Sure.
I guess if the three of you are considering telling your advisor, I'm more than happy to tell mine, but...
I was planning to speak to her about the pirate issues. I thought she might be able to offer some guidance in dealing with them.
I mean, she could probably offer a lot of words, and Fairlos will heft her hammer. I have other ideas.
Well, when words fail, arms succeed.
Very wise words.
I can occasionally come up with some.
But yeah, I guess we should go back to classes.
Ugh.
It does feel a little weird to go back, but that's what we're here for. If anything, I want to see how many of our fellow students are suddenly craving candy for some weird reason.
Such a strange thing. All right. I will get up and move over to Essequa, and Dominique kind of shakes her shoulder, and if you're okay with me sort of riffing this, when Essequa rolls over, Dominique looks at it and goes, "Oh, you do not look well." And she puts her hand down on Essequa's forehead. "All right, we are going to send a nurse for you because you seem to be running a bit of a fever. And we'll be back."
Frankly, I'm surprised that all 4 of us made it out of the last couple days without a
Are
fever.
we sure that Essequa is not just faking a temperature in order to stay and read a book?
No, we are not. Perhaps we should wait on the nurse.
Ah,
That's
And
a
I
good
think I
thought.
look at Essequa and I wink.
I feel like she winks back.
I think so. I think Essequa has like a full blanket for it ready to go.
yeah.
There's definitely a couple of books under her pillow, ready to go for sure. For sure.
Well, a dancing lights spell. You just see lights dancing
Yeah.
around under the blankets.
I
It's
love
just
it.
those like little motes that you can see
Mhm.
dance. Yes, I love that. Okay.
So your schedule
Yes,
for today?
Essequa is very, very sick today.
So sick.
She cannot come to class. She must rest.
Mm.
Understandable. Your schedule for today, I'll go through it briefly here, and if you guys are ever like, where are we going next, I can definitely answer it. You don't have to memorize this. I'm just going to go through it for everybody's sake. So it's 7 o'clock now. Your first class doesn't start until 9 o'clock. At 8, they serve breakfast in the main hall. At 9 o'clock, you have 9 to 10:30. You have extra planar summoning. From 10:30 to 12 is combat. 12 to 1 is your lunch hour.
Wait, I'm sorry. Slow down a little.
Gotcha.
So
Absolutely.
9 to 10:30 is extra planar summoning. 10:30 to 12 is combat.
Yes.
Okay. 12 is lunch.
12 is lunch for an hour. And then 1 to 2:30 is speechcraft.
Okay.
2:30 to 4 is philosophy.
Yay.
And then 4 to 5 is dinner. And then after that, you're free.
It's normal to have the classes kind of stacked like that, one right after another, after another,
Mhm.
after another? Okay.
Do we teleport between them?
You, the 4 of you specifically, are currently enrolled in the same set of classes every day. When you guys so each dorm room has kind of got its own little like set of classes that they all attend at the same times on the same days. A lot of people switch in and out between those classes from the other dorm rooms, but like y'all's classes will always be the same with each other.
Dominique is going to pull out a piece of parchment, and I would like to write a letter in the handwriting of the school nurse, excusing Essequa from classes today.
Okay. Make a forgery check. That will be, I'd say, intelligence plus proficiency, because you are proficient in forgery, if memory serves. So intelligence plus proficiency plus your d20.
All right. So 1 and d20. I'm gonna have to do some manual.
Yeah, just roll a 20 and
21.
then-
Dirty 21. Yeah.
All right. I mean, I'm not going to tell you how it works out for you, but
I feel like
You
it's
do
pretty
it.
good.
and you're gonna hand it into you're gonna bring one to the classes.
Yeah,
as
I'm
you
just
go
gonna
through the
show it
classes
to
today?
each instructor.
Gotcha.
Do you really think that's necessary?
I mean, only if they ask for it.
Okay. We'll leave the lion up to you, though, because you're much better at it.
Probably for the best.
Come on, let's go get breakfast. I am starving, and I need to eat something other than candy.
Excellent. And we will head to the cafeteria.
Riv shows you a good berry and says,
Oh,
not candy.
Dominique like plucks it.
I'll
I'll
do my
take-
standard distro of good berries regardless, because
Yeah.
I do that every day.
And I think most days that we're just at school, I think Fairlos gratefully takes it and pockets it, and then it becomes like the Cliff Bar you keep in your backpack just in case you have to miss a meal.
Exactly.
Mhm.
She doesn't necessarily eat it all the time, but it's good
So
to know
you should
that
have
it's there.
2.
Okay. I eat one. and pocket the other.
I've 2 pocketed. I think even
And
though
I
they
have
eventually go
3
bad,
pocketed.
Fairlos just like makes a pile of them in the room.
Carlos is hoarding the good berries.
Yes, but they've gone bad, so they're actually bad berries. You don't have to feel bad.
You're saying they're good berries gone bad?
They're very bad. At this point, they're now just decoration.
I see.
They're reminders of the friendship and the companionship of Reveal-It.
They become good raisins.
No, I hadn't thought about that.
Raisins?
Or bad
Perhaps?
raisins.
Good
Basins
raisins?
and
I don't
graisins?
think they are, but well, it's they go from berry to like or good prunes. I don't know.
I do like prunes.
I don't think they're bad because I don't know.
Well, by bad,
they
I
don't
simply...
go bad. They're just not.
Well,
They're ineffective.
I mean, they
They're
have
neutral
That's true.
berry.
They have
Neutral
craisins.
raisin-
Why not grabins?
Yeah, graisins.
Grabins.
Oh, I like graisins. That you
Graisins is
graze on
good.
them.
Yes.
They're graisins. Yeah.
I like raisins.
This is an amazing conversation to have on your way in
Yes,
through the
yeah.
halls.
On our way to the dining hall. Yeah.
Fairlos thinks about the giant tin that she's keeping all of the good raisins in, as she's just collected them over the years that we've been together, and is now contemplating oatmeal raisin cookies.
Delicious.
So
But what do we got? What do we got at the dining hall?
in the dining hall, Voldir, the chef, who's right here, is a Loxodon with blue hair peeking out from underneath his hat. And he is serving this morning a pretty full breakfast, sausage, eggs, bacon, and pancakes with syrup and butter.
Delicious.
There's definitely each plate that he makes, because there's a kitchen off the side downstairs. He brings them up for you, though, with the help of a floating disc that is carrying quite a lot of different plates. Each one is overloaded to the point where it's like way more food than any one person would need for breakfast.
Oh no. Do not
Yeah, well,
challenge me like that.
yeah. Well, yeah. If you'd like to test your stomach, you absolutely can.
I
I'd
think
say it would
Fairlos
be
does every single morning.
perfect. And, you know, I was gonna say if you do it every single morning, there's not even probably gonna be I was gonna be like a very low like DC5 con check or something. But if you do it every morning, you're used to it by now.
Yeah. Hey, listen, I'm a very large tabaxi, and I'm hoping to keep growing these muscles, and
And
so
you
I
got
need a lot of
combat
bacon.
classes today too, so there's gonna be a lot
Fearless
of
is like
lot of
it
calorie changes.
needs like a 20,000 calorie diet to just keep going.
Mm.
This
It's
hammer,
Carlos is
very
the ultimate
active.
carbo loader.
Right?
absolutely.
Oh.
Listen, the stronger I get, the heavier I can make the hammer. The heavier the hammer is, the better I am at protecting all of you when we get boarded by pirates. No.
There
I also
are-
will make
Go
a
ahead.
plate to bring back up to Essequa.
Oh.
So I'll leave a
Um,
little early from breakfast.
well,
to,
if
to
you-
make sure that Essequa gets a hot breakfast.
If you speak to Volder and ask for an extra plate, he will actually ensure one gets delivered to your
Oh,
room.
okay, that's fine.
Perfect.
He is he's I want to make sure that every one of you students gets a full meal, especially if she's sick. So we will send her 2 plates.
I'm
breakfast and
sure
lunch.
She will,
And I'll make
will
sure she has a lunch
greatly
and a
appreciate-
dinner.
Thank you so much for taking care of.
Please tell me Volder is that old grandma who always gonna be like, you're too thin. Why are you not eating? You need to eat
Why are you
more.
not eating? Yeah, you gotta be skin and bones before this is all over.
I am going to make my way over to I'm gonna butcher how it said, Prince Hespera.
Okay. Yeah, they've got their own little clique going on over here.
Yep. And I'm going to wander over with a cup of coffee. And Dominique, she is constantly taunting him. and she just kind of slides at the end of the bench next to him and sits down and takes a sip of her coffee. Good morning, Your Highness.
Well, hello. What do you want?
How are you doing today?
I was doing well, except for my sleep being interrupted.
Oh, that was wild, wasn't it?
Yes.
What
I
do you
didn't
make
like
of it?
I hope that they pay for the intrusion.
It's so horrible when people intrude, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
So annoying. That's why I'm so lucky that you're so fond of me. Anyways, I need to go. You have a lovely breakfast. And she just reaches out and takes a piece of bacon off his plate and stands up and walks back to the group.
He just shakes his head. There are, and again, there's basically four sets of groups of people. There's Charles Moriarty and his friends. There is Princess Spera and his sort of like collection of people that he can stand or that can stand him. There's a group down here. That's Siobra, Irana Odarig, and Ilara Duvalmont. I think you've met Ilara for sure, and I think you met Siobra
And we've
as well.
heard about Shivra, I think.
Yeah. And yes, you've met all these people. I'm saying like before now, but you've met them in game as well
Right.
here. And then there is Jules Verdon and Aislinn O'Farren. Aislinn O'Farren and Jules Verdon pretty much don't hang out with anybody else in the school.
Okay.
Not all that often.
Is it by choice or people just don't hang out with them?
It seems to be by choice.
Okay.
Aislinn is by far the oldest looking student, for lack of a better way to put it.
Okay.
There are older students, but she is about 38 in human years.
Okay.
And Jules Verdon is something like almost 300 years old.
Wow. Okay.
So
Man, I thought I was the oldest one here.
yeah.
Not by a long
Is it
shot.
300, 200?
He's between 2 and 3.
Do
I've got his
we-
exact age, but he's between 200 and 300 years old.
Do we see Charles or Frog in a Wizard Hat?
You see Charles. You don't see Frog in a Wizard Hat, because he is still being processed for intake today.
That's fair. I think Fairlos usually will come in and is just very focused on getting food, sitting down, consuming food, and is not necessarily interested in conversation. So we'll just go sit somewhere. And so y'all are kind of used to, if you want to sit as a group with her, you just have to sit where she sits.
Right.
But I do think she'll take a moment and swing by Charles and say, good morning, how you doing?
Oh, doing great. I heard that you got back, but I also heard that you guys were really tired and you went and got some sleep last night, so I didn't want to bother you.
I appreciate that. Well, and you probably had just as busy of a day, especially after being called out as a magic item.
Oh no, that's the person who got called out as a magic item was Reginald.
Reginald. Okay.
Frog of Holding.
Frog of Holding.
On my shoulder.
Which I assume Dominic is just carrying around.
Yeah.
with her, but
Unless otherwise stated, if we're out of bed, he's on my shoulder.
Yeah.
that's fair enough.
Sorry, Lauren messed up. Fairless will
Okay.
still talk to Charles and be like, so what'd you end up naming your boat?
Oh,
And do you have a Dominique, what are we supposed to do with our boat? We're supposed to register it, right?
our boat was named C+.
You're keeping that?
Yeah, that's awesome.
I mean, I thought it was good too. What's did you come up with you're supposed to register it as a trading group or something?
I saw that, but I mean, like, I was talking to your brother about it, and I figured we'll just throw in with whatever trading organization you set up, if you're okay with that.
Well, it's not up to me, but I certainly am fine with that. I didn't even know that we were going to have to do that. I think we're still trying to come up with a name ourselves. It was fairly low on the list of priorities, especially yesterday.
Well, we're not going to have to go sailing for like another few days anyway, so I wouldn't really bother with it until that time comes.
Yeah, but names are one of those things that sneak up on you, right? So
It's
if you can
true.
think of anything, if the others are okay with you coming in with us on a trading name and you come up with a name idea, let us know.
Okay.
But for the moment, we are still undecided on that fact.
Yeah. I wasn't thinking about it before now, but I will think about it now.
All right, I'll see you later. I'll
Glad
let
you
the
guys are
others.
safe. I'm glad you guys are safe.
You too.
Me too.
Me too.
Dominique's just gonna basically go around and gossip. That's her morning routine. So you don't have to roleplay through everybody, but if there's like
Understandable.
anything interesting that she picks up on.
Yes, I'm sort of. I actually. Where are the arty kids? Where are the arts kids? Like, that's where Riv.
That would
lives.
be Irina. I'm not going to get these Irish names. I
Shivra,
don't know why.
Ariana,
Shivra,
and
Ariana, and
okay.
Alara. They're the artsy types. Yeah.
Okay.
So usually, what I imagine is usually Fairlow sits down and starts eating. The three of her teammates come over and maybe like put their trays down for a second, and then Rivulet and Dominique are off like being social butterflies, and it's usually Fairlos and Essequa who are just sitting, eating, and reading.
That
Eating
makes
and
so
reading.
much sense.
We're just holding down the food fort.
It's not so much social butterflies as that's just sort of the crowd that Riv tends to hang out with.
Dominique is butterflying.
Dominique is a butterfly. Riv sort of just likes creative people and likes places where imagination and creativity is valued.
Yeah.
But Riv also sort of can flow between groups. She's very flexible in terms of social stuff. There's not a lot of like. Riv didn't belong to one high school clique. Riv kind of can
She
switch
floats.
between. Yeah, she floats.
She floats and flows.
To give you a little
like
bit of
water.
information about these three, because you would be familiar with them if you like the artsy creative types. Shibra is a artificer. She's a sort of inventor artist type. Alara is a cleric of knowledge. She is a writer. And Ariana is a barbarian who isn't necessarily the most creative, but these are her friends, and she's there to support them. So she helps them out with various other various projects as they need it.
I feel a connection there with that one.
Or in your case too, if anyone gives them trouble, she's there to make sure that they the other people have more trouble.
I imagine I'm not necessarily friends with her, but we probably super respect. There's probably a lot of like
The
friendly
glances.
nods. Yeah,
just the knowing glances.
That head
like
chin up head nod thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Every morning, Dominique basically just gets a good berry from Riv and then wanders around just drinking coffee. She doesn't actually eat anything. She'll always steal something off the prince's plate, but other than that, that's the extent of her breakfast.
Wait, do you do that every morning?
Yes.
Interesting. Make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, I know where this is going.
I don't, but I am excited.
I
poisons me.
Or someone's trying to poison him.
Oh yeah. Oh no.
Food taster. Yeah.
Yeah, that fails the 10.
Yeah,
It wasn't very hard.
I think I'm going to use my inspiration.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
Actually,
It is a
no.
10.
I'll take it.
Okay. You start to feel a little bit of a rumble in your tumble.
Has this
And
has this happened before? Or is this the first time uh that you felt the rumble in your tumble after stealing something off the prince's plate?
it's the first time he's ever done this to you, for
Okay.
sure.
Ah,
Uh,
Um, Rivulet, you were about to say something earlier, and I think you got a little cut off.
Sorry.
I was gonna ask, do we have anyone here who is either from the Hybern Union or the Dwarven Mountain Halls? Because a war broke out last night
Yeah.
or this morning,
yeah.
and I want to know how people are feeling about that.
That's-
Without directly prying, I would be curious how anyone who is closely related to that situation
At a
might
glance,
be.
well, Furlos is from Hivern. Thalric is from Hivern. That would be the raccoon folk that is friends with Charles. Wilhelm, the goblin, is friends with Charles and is also from Hivern. There are no dwarves currently going to school here. As it turns out, the Dwarven Mountain Homes have their own school specifically that sort of, if you're anyone important, you send your kids to that school instead of foreign schools.
Okay.
Whereas the Kalichian Kingdom, Brescia, and Hivern are a bit more cosmopolitan in the sense that like going abroad for study is actually kind of a cool thing that people sometimes want to do. Dwarves
Got
don't do
it.
that. They like to stay home. But Friedrich, the Minotaur, there's a bunch of people here from the Hivern Union. Let's just put it that way.
So, is there any buzz happening about that? Is anyone talking
Oh,
about that?
Absolutely. People are talking
What
about it.
is what's the vibe on that? How
The
are people
vibe
feeling?
is that nobody thinks the dwarves stand a chance. The Hivern Union is considered to be the predominant military power in the world. When the two last wars against the Castawayne happened, they were winning until the Hivern Union got involved. So they have a reputation as a particularly strong military power. Which roll a perception check. Sure, perception.
Okay.
See if you pick up anything other than the baseline.
18.
I think an 18 will get you a little bit more information. You hear from Charles. Charles is talking to Elizabeth. Elizabeth is also from the southern continent. And they're discussing it, and he seems... Actually, give me one moment. I think I may have forgotten something important. No, he's not. There's no gnomes here either. Gnomes also come from the Dwarven Mountain Homes. But he's a halfling. I couldn't remember if he was a halfling or a gnome. He's talking to Elizabeth, and the discussion is kind of coming around to the idea of, given how superior in number and arms and technology the Hivern Union is, it's really weird that the dwarves would push it this far, that they would string out the negotiations, not give them the very minimal thing that they're asking for. Also, the indentured servitude contracts are really evil. Why are they defending that, and all these other things. So there is a little bit of a puzzle, and this is something you'll notice kind of underlying other people's conversations about it. There's a little bit of it's puzzling that the dwarves would even try this. Like, they should have been seeking peace immediately as soon as they knew that they pissed him off, but they didn't do it. What's up with that? Before breakfast ends, Marlowe is going to step forward, and he's going to address everybody. Quiet, please, quiet. First, yes, everyone had the same dream last night. Secondly, war has been declared, thankfully, I don't know if I would say thankfully, but I'm going to say thankfully. There are no dwarves going to this school, so we don't have to worry about any sort of conflict between students. But there are dwarves on Avalen. If you do go down to the island, be careful, especially if you are from the Hivern Union. I don't want anyone to get into any fights, but if you get into a fight, finish it. You're representing the school. Can't look weak. Also, I'd like to announce the beginnings of our own little war. It's bad timing, I know, but it's that time of year again. The annual prank war has begun at 7 o'clock this morning.
Yes.
And
There-
I have
There was a moment.
already... Go ahead.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, you go ahead. Go ahead.
There was
Wait,
a moment when he's talking about, if you get into a fight, finish it, don't look weak. And Pharos is kind of just quietly smiling and nodding. And then he mentions the prank war, and all of that goes away, and you just watch her slump.
Yeah.
Meanwhile,
I
like
believe-
in perfect synchronicity, Dominique perks up.
Well,
This is in
speaking of
every
that-
way the wrong character for a prank war.
Mhm.
It's like every other character I play is like built for a prank war. This character is not.
Go
What is
figure.
the philosophy behind pranks? Sorry, go ahead.
What truly constitutes a prank? What is the ethical implication of doing small amounts of harm to those you care about
Or don't
Mar-
to
care
show your
about.
affection?
Marlowe continues. And I believe Prince Hespera has just earned 5 points. Dominique.
He did, and good for him. I hope he's
You-
ready for the consequences.
You might want actually hold on. And the school counselor comes up and casts Lesser Restoration on you to remove your effect.
Merci.
But that is negative 5 points from you.
I understand. I love starting out with a challenge.
All right. Have fun. Don't break the school. And other than that, go nuts.
Before the prince gets up, I'm going to be watching him out of the corner of my eye. And when he does, I'm going to cast Minor Illusion right as he's like shifting to stand up so that the back of his robes are stained.
Okay.
As if he ate a piece of that bacon and did not get medical assistance.
All right. Well, give me 1 second to open up his stat block.
Mhm.
Do. All right, hold on. You're going to be down here. Yes. Okay. So you're casting a minor illusion. I believe that requires an intelligence save
Nope.
to see if it's an illusion, right?
Nope.
What is the
Oh, to notice if it's an illusion? Yes,
To
it is
see through it.
It's an investigation check to see that it's
Investigation
an
check.
illusion. Yes, and it's against my spell save, which means it is.
I'm pretty sure he doesn't make it, but maybe he does.
Spell save is 14.
He does make it. 15.
Oh wait, no, I forgot. 18. No, that's not right. It is 14.
Yeah.
Weird.
18 would be way too high for your level.
Yeah. Actually,
That being said, does it really matter if
Yeah.
he?
it's
Well-
everybody
It's-
else.
Yeah.
As soon as he stands up and that happens, he looks behind him and he prestidigitates. Nothing happens. And then he realizes that it's an illusion and he sits back down.
Dominic just winks at him. You have to get up sometime.
You have to leave sometime.
It's not like I've never been late to a class, is it?
I'm not giving up my points.
That's fine. You don't have to.
I hate this time of year so much.
And Dominique then casts prestidigitation to create a scent around him.
Excellent. You watch as everyone kind of just like inches slightly away from him a little bit. But he notices it, and then he's going to anti-prestidigitation your smell away.
This
That's
is
fine.
like the prestidigitation counterspell fight.
It
It's
really
like,
kinda is.
instead of counterspells, it's prestidigitation, prestidigitation.
Um,
Bad
What,
smell,
um,
minty smell.
It is, but
What-
the harm has already been done.
What are
yeah,
the rules for the prank war? How are points calculated? Where do we get those?
It seems to, as far
terms?
as you've told, it is entirely arbitrary. Marlowe makes his decisions based on what he knows, but he also seems to almost always know exactly everything going on in the school at all times for some reason. Kermaskoska and him usually get together at the end of the week and tally up everybody's points.
Oh, it's a week
Okay.
long.
Yeah. And you can you can check in once a day to see what your current point tally
So
is.
what's the prank that in the history of the school has gotten the highest number of points? Like I'm trying to gauge what counts as a prank. Where's the line
Mm-hmm.
in
20
terms of
26 years ago. No, not 26
Okay.
years ago. 76 years ago. Marlowe was still headmaster at the time. Actually, no, he was vice headmaster. There was a different headmaster at the time. But when Marlowe was vice headmaster 76 years ago, someone made everyone believe that the school was falling.
That's amazing.
That's terrifying.
And that earned, I think it was 125 points. Total. No, let me be clear about that. It earned 125 points from each student.
That's terrifying.
How difficult is it to sneak into other dormitories?
Oh, jeez.
I wouldn't call it exceptionally difficult.
Okay. That's all I
Um,
need.
Okay.
Oh, maybe I should have stayed with Essequa in the room and
That's why Estequa was sick.
Essequa might have had the right idea. Yeah.
she is and will always be the smartest among us.
Ever and always.
Make a perception check, Dominique.
Ugh. 9.
Fair enough. You don't notice anything out of the ordinary.
Okay.
All right. You guys ready to go to your first class?
Yes, let us get
there
out
any-
of here before someone
Absolutely.
decides that they really want to do something to me, and then I have to restrain myself from hitting them very
Was
One
there-
moment before
Yeah, I
you
was about
stand
to say.
up. Dominique
Very
checks
good
everybody's
sponsor.
bootlaces under the table.
Everyone's bootlaces?
I mean, I
Yes.
ain't wearing boots, so
Bootlaces, pant lacing, anything that could be bound to make someone
you say-
trip.
I mean, what I'm saying is when you say everyone, who is everyone?
Oh, our
Everyone
group.
in the Oh, your group. Okay.
Actually, no. Anyone who's sitting, I want to walk around and check. Because part of winning a prank war is preventing pranks.
Charles has his shoes tied together.
Charles,
Yeah?
look at your boots before you get up. You've got
Oh.
a issue.
Did you do that?
I did not.
Oh, okay.
I
Thanks.
wouldn't prank you, Charles. You're my favorite.
I will tell you, I will probably prank you before this is over, but it will be fun.
Oh, outstanding. In that case, I lied.
Yeah, be fine. It's perfectly fine, just as long as it's fun, obviously.
Oh, of course.
Remember last year with Prince Aspera, he was a little mean a couple of times, but
Well, he's always a little mean, isn't he?
mm,
I mean, he's not a great person.
he is not, no.
Mm.
I don't like the fact that he won last time around. I think he's going to try and win again.
He's not going to.
No. All right. Well, thank you for that, and expect a fun prank coming your way before the end of the week. I don't know. I don't have anything planned yet, I don't think.
Outstanding. I can't wait.
All right.
9:30 to 10:30 extra planar summoning.
Yeah, 9
Shall
to
we-
10:30,
Or 9 to
yeah.
10:30.
Shall we summon some planes?
I feel like Dominique doesn't really have much to do in that class. Is that a fair?
Are you wanting to skip class?
Yes.
Okay. Who else would like to skip class?
I think Fairlos is going to get back into a routine and so going to go to all of the classes. So
Right.
she's gonna go.
I'll put
Yeah,
you
I
over
mean,
in-
I think Riv, that's something Riv works with, so it's something Riv needs to study.
it is going to be very noticeable. I will say before you make your decision, Dominique, it will be very noticeable if you skip class because only your dorm goes to this class.
Oh, okay.
this
Then
time.
I'll go. Yeah.
Oh, it's only
I'll
the-
just do
the
what I'm
four
gonna
of
do
us.
during lunch.
It's
It's fine.
only the 4 of us, and you're already missing one.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. I'll do what I want to do during lunch. It's fine.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't want to. I'm not pressuring you or anything. I'm just
No.
letting you know that.
Yeah.
that is
No,
fair.
I would rather not get busted. So.
Okay. And your teacher for this, believe it or not, is our good friend Marlo, the headmaster. This class is about, and I'm not gonna teach a class on extraplanar summoning here. This class is about summoning either divine entities or demonic entities.
Mm-hmm.
It's teaching you about the summoning of divine or demonic entities. However, since Avalon is severed from the divine, currently he can only teach you theory about how you would summon divine entities,
Mhm.
but he could summon plenty of demons for you, and they would be protected inside the circle and not able to get out. He also has a cage specifically built for certain entities.
Is it specifically demons, or does it also include like all fiends?
Anything from the 7 hells.
Okay.
He has,
Wait.
in fact, one time before he summoned a sub archdevil to the room for a very brief period of time before he realized what he had pulled in, and then even he was a little nonplussed and sent them back to hell.
Cool.
Today it's just going to be a couple of imps, other imps, friends of his.
Oh, are we having a party?
I mean, it's just a matter of this is Steve.
Bonjour,
Hold on.
Steve.
I have a Steve. So Marlo, again, I mentioned before, he always walks around with a cup of coffee in his hand,
Mhm.
and the imp that he summons in. Let's make sure we have the right one here. Yep, right here in this circle. Is
Oh,
carrying
wow.
around a mung that says #1 demon.
Oh my god, I love it. Okay.
I don't know about
That's
you, but
Steve who has that mug?
Yes.
I imagine that look on that face that we're seeing is kind of that, all right, it's my turn to be summoned. Here I am. I have
Yeah.
my coffee.
See, I'm 100% picturing Michael Scott as a demon
Oh
now.
my god.
Okay, yeah, I'll
With
go with
his-
that actually. That's
His
even funnier.
world's best imp mug.
Mhm.
World's best imp mode. Oh man. Yeah, and he is drinking from his coffee cup. He looks up and he's like, again? Okay, I guess. Oh, okay. Hi, Marlo. Oh no. And he hits the walls of the thing.
Is it like kind of a half-assed?
Oh, he doesn't even like barely touch him. He just kind of
Okay.
like,
I mean, I'm angry.
Arg.
and
Hello, Steve. Thank you so much for coming and joining us today.
oh, thank you very much for having me. This is definitely my favorite way to get summoned against my will.
Well, we appreciate you taking the time out of your day to help us learn.
Absolutely. Would anyone here like to make a well, would either of you two like to make a deal? And he points over
Oh,
at Furlos and
unfortunately,
Dominique.
that's forbidden on the campus grounds.
Ah, damn.
And any deal we did make would be null and void.
Is that true? Marlo's like, yeah.
Oh, you had to tell him the second part, didn't you?
Can't blame somebody for trying.
Absolutely.
I appreciate your situational awareness and looking out for a constant opportunity.
What you
And
drinking?
this?
Blood of the innocent.
Yeah, we call it infernal coffee, but yeah, sure, blood of the innocent. I mean, the problem is we don't have access to a lot of innocent people in the Seven Hells, so we can't really drink from the blood of the innocent as much as we would like. But if you happen to know where we could get a hold of some sustainable innocent blood, I would absolutely love to hear about it because that's pretty good stuff. That's like the best.
I cannot help with that.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm sorry, y'all. Lurking Writer is writing us the Infernal Office in
I know,
chat
I
right
saw
now,
that.
and it's
What?
been great. We have Jimp and Impam, and it's delightful.
Making awkward eye contact.
Awkward eye contact.
Love
And
it.
Jimp is breaking the fourth wall. This is delightful, and I really I want this now in
Yeah.
my universe. Thank you, Lurking Writer.
Have you?
Sorry to distract.
No, I'm glad that you brought it up.
That's fabulous.
It's so good.
Have you thought about, and forgive if this is such a basic question that you are unable to answer, have you thought about actually just drinking coffee?
What's coffee?
And I look shocked
holds
over
her
at
mug out.
Marlo.
Marlo's like, I don't like giving away secrets for free.
Coffee is not a secret.
Well, not for you.
Coffee is what I'm drinking. Mmm.
Can I get a taste of that?
No strings attached.
Well, not I mean, do you want something?
No.
Okay.
Just a friendly gesture. And
All
she
right.
hands the mug through the circle.
Have you done anything to the coffee?
No.
Okay. This is mine now.
Well, I'm sure she's going to want the mug back, but you can finish the coffee if you'd like.
I mean, the mug belongs to the school. So, and she looks at Marlo.
I don't care.
All right, it's yours now.
Nice. I'll remember you.
Oh, I hope you do.
Think of it as a weird payment for all of the times that you've been summoned against your will.
No, that is not what it is. This is our budding friendship.
I like this. Hey. He like leans in like he's trying to whisper, even though Marlo is like right over his shoulder. He's like,
I play into it.
There's a guy on the beach.
I am aware. Yes, I've met him.
You should talk to him, and I'll be able to give you something in exchange for your eternal soul. And he like poofs out of existence as soon as he says that, with Marlo snapping his fingers. They always try that. Don't.
No, it's fine. It's fine. I know better.
Yeah.
Well, maybe now that we've introduced coffee into the infernal realms, they'll stop having to worry about finding the blood of the innocent.
Oh, I don't think that's necessarily going to happen, but it might
They
distract
were
them
just
for a week
very
or two.
tired, and that was what they needed.
I'm gonna tell you something honestly. I've had both. They actually go really well together.
It's like
Is
a
that like-
latte.
Yeah.
Is that like
Coffee.
those
Oh,
those
it's a
people who have
latte.
butted Ugh.
It's a latte.
Nope. That I don't want to say that. That feels weird in my mouth.
It tastes worse.
Yeah.
I cannot imagine, and I don't want to.
It is a terrible party in your mouth.
So just what is What's the lesson we're supposed to be taking away from this? I apologize.
He
I'm a bit
was teaching you
confused.
the mechanics of summoning entities like
Oh,
this.
okay.
How to
Understood.
protect yourself from them. He's, displaying, like, I mean, the circle, how to properly salt it and circle and create the protection runes as necessary. That's the purpose of this particular class today. And it's a class that you guys will be coming back to multiple times. But for today, he's just basically talking through the basics because it's the first class of this semester. He's talking through the basics of summoning. You guys have gone to certain versions of this class, earlier versions of this class before, in previous years, but this is the advanced extraplanar summoning. So by the end of the year, you all should be able to summon in a Cambion.
Oh, wow.
And he if done properly, force it into your service for a single day outside of the circle. So that is what you're building up to eventually. But today was just, this is a small imp that's not very dangerous, and this is how you keep them in containment.
Dominique takes note and sketches out the circle and actually pays attention and takes notes.
Oh, fair enough.
Riv is... I wonder if this was a lower level discussion, but the ethics of summoning a being, and even an evil being, into your service against its will.
That is discussed in the philosophy classes that you've had, but that was an earlier class, like a couple years ago, classes that you've taken. There's no scholarly research and like conclusions on that particular front have no definitive outcome. It's kind of a personal choice at some point. Like,
So
is it ethical or is it
there
not?
is no way to have
There's no
beings
consensus.
who have consented to be summoned, who have entered, like, the steno pool of
You're talking about, are there ethically sourced summons?
Yeah, basically.
Free
Like,
range summons.
Are there demons who have, or devils who have said, yeah, I volunteer I volunteer as tribute. I'm willing to go be part of this for whatever reason. Because
absolutely.
Because it seems really, to Riv, it's like, it seems really messed up to force a Cambion into your service for a day. Like, that's not cool.
Oh, well, when he talks about that particularly, it's not, there are ways to force it. Okay. And that will be taught to you. But it is not the only way to have the Cambion enter into your service. You can also make a deal where you give him something in return.
I like the idea that the ones that have agreed to do it are because it gives them the opportunity to try to make a deal.
Yeah.
Like, sure, I'll take the chance of being summoned.
On the off chance I meet someone who's willing to give me, like, the opportunity to...
Yeah.
You know, or maybe I gotta work for them for a day.
It's for the exposure. I'm doing it for the exposure.
Oh,
you know,
do not work for exposure.
You have died of exposure, like, is part of that.
If there is
when you're a demon in hell and can in the hells and can, constantly be regenerated, then, like, it's cool.
Yeah. If there's anywhere in the universe that would thrive on exposure and working for exposure, it would be the hells.
Yeah.
It absolutely would be. Yeah,
that's true.
Like, that's the devils that Riv will work with. I don't think Riv will work with in terms, I think that there is an ethical line of cooperation,
right?
Because also, it's just going to go really badly if you force someone into service.
That's
like that.
Possible.
There's going to be retaliation. That's bad news for everybody.
Well, and involved. I'd imagine if the other half of this is summoning of divine beings, those are probably beings that are way less likely to, that are more likely to get into an amicable relationship and be, not trying to steal your soul at every opportunity. So that might be where folks who are like, I don't even want to deal with forcing demons and devils.
They're all fighting to get their good points. Like, they all want their it's like the season of The Good Place where everyone's trying to get the points.
Yeah.
Like they're like, I'm gonna go because I'm a good person. I'm gonna get I'm helping.
Yep.
You're logging this, right? Like,
But yeah.
I feel like that's the divine side, and the devils are like, I just want the chance. I just
I mean,
need
I do
it.
like
if
it.
I get up there, I'm gonna get it. It's like it's
I
happening.
really,
time.
I was thinking of it as when you said that, I was thinking of like the Hunger Games. I volunteer as tribute. Like the summons goes out, and someone's like, "I'll do it."
Yeah.
Like somebody else gets selected, and they're like, "No, I'll do it instead.
I got
I'll
this.
take
I got this.
The I volunteers treat is so altruistic though. Like this, it's so selfish on both sides. Like there's the active choice to do the thing because it's completely self-serving. But the
It's
devils,
selfish
it's like
and
the
self-righteous.
opportunity. Exactly. Yeah.
Yep.
Exactly. It's like one is feeding the ego and the sense that they're better than everyone else, and the other one is like, no, if I get the chance, it's they're singing their torch song. Like,
I love this not just because it's funny, but then also that's how I think a lot of folks get by the ethical quandary of, because you're not actually really summoning against a creature's will. There's a pool of applicants that I'm pulling from.
Exactly. and it's a bloodbath, at least in hell, trying to get like to the list. Like people will fight for that opportunity. Everyone wants it, you know.
So in character, Farrell is going to say, now that we've introduced coffee into the mix, suddenly we might have a wider and more interesting pool to choose from, because everybody's going to want to have to try some coffee.
And Working Writer just said, and the reason they're both able to actually be summoned is because the motivations involved are antithetical to the realms they're from. And that's exactly it. That's exactly it.
Every imp I've ever met, every demon I've ever met that's been introduced to coffee has kept that shit to themselves.
Huh.
Oh.
That's interesting. It's good to know.
Well, but it's also good to know that all it takes is one cup, and suddenly you've got an imp ready to just spill all kinds of secrets.
Fair. Well, that I think is going to be the end of our class for today. Tomorrow we will want to, I'm going to have each of you draw the circles yourselves tomorrow, and then we will test their efficacy. Don't worry, if you do it wrong, I'll make sure that everything is handled. But yeah. And that would be the end of your class. You do have a few minutes in between extraplanar summoning and your combat classes. If anybody wants to do anything in between.
How long?
Yeah, minutes, like 3, 4.
Oh, then nah. I'll just make my way to the next class.
And
I think especially with there being the prank war on, Farlos is doing her best to be at classes and not anywhere else because
in the safe zone.
Yeah, I mean, I imagine that even classes are not safe, but the opportunities to actually pull off pranks are way less. So I think she's definitely like, we're gonna get on over to somewhere, and where if someone decides to prank me, I will be in an opportune place to hit them.
2 things. When we get to the end of so combat class, we're going to take our break right around here. But when we get to the end of the, I'm going to let you guys know and the audience know. We get to the end of combat class, you'll have lunch. Speechcraft and philosophy, we're not going to do as classes where you guys sit in and do stuff. Both of you guys are probably going to speak to your faculty advisors that teach speechcraft and philosophy. So for both of those classes, we'll probably just skip to the end of them where you can do that. But in combat class, there will be a fun little mini, probably combat, but we're not going to start that now.
Yay!
We are going to take our break. Let's say come back at 15 till.
Okie dokie. Thank you, everybody, and we'll see you in just a bit.
Ahoy! Welcome back.
Yay!
This is Players in Book. We will jump right into it as soon as I recredit all of our maps and music and token makers. Cartography by Shay and Peku, cartography by Shay and Peku Sci-Fi, maps by Luke Stratton, maps by Eightfold Paper, music by Tabletop Audio, character tokens by Greek46. Katie, I think you got the Idle Champions and moderator callouts.
As a matter of fact, I do. We would like to thank Idle Champions of the Forgotten Realms for this lovely code to get you a free Electrum chest. You can either type !code in chat, or you can look on the screen where it says the code, which is Anis Heli Grig. So, put that into the game, get yourself a free Electrum chest, and have fun with it. Also want to give a big shout out to our wonderful moderator, Billith. Thank you so much for being here. And Strike Red Kite also backs us up with some mod stuff, so we appreciate you as well. Yay.
While we were on break, I had Dominique roll a deception check to see how well she had done in previous year prank wars. Now, I'd already established that Princess Spera won last year, but Dominique rolled a natural 20 and has a +8 to deception. So we're going to give her the first 2 years.
He stole my title.
He stole it last year from you, for sure. So this is combat class. We have
before we get to combat class, though, I wanted to follow up on my question about the prank war, which is what's the what are the consequences? What does the winner get? Are people who are in the negative, do they suffer consequences? Is there what's the spectrum here?
Okay, there is a small statue about this size that is of an imp. On the bottom of it, it says "To the cleverest." And whoever happens to be in the lead at the particular time, which right now is Princess Spera, it is on their possession at all times, usually in one of their pockets.
Thank you.
At the end of the week, whoever has the top thing gets to keep it for the rest of the year.
Okay, but so it's more of a it's more of a point of pride and not an actual.
Well,
besides
since Dominique has had it twice for 2 years, there are statistical bonuses to it. I don't have them mapped out yet.
That's fair.
But I will create a custom magic item probably at the end of this session in case one of you guys happen to get in the lead and have it on your person.
Okay.
We're gonna probably think of some sort of bonuses to skills or something like that. Yeah, I think so. Actually, +2 to intelligence to the cleverest.
Oh, yes.
That
Love
makes
it.
sense.
And that, yeah.
And that's why I don't
I just gave
participate. I'm
everybody
smart
a
enough.
present in our group because I cannot use my usual prank things. Our group just got my 10 pages of pranks.
Ooh.
And it's in a very small font.
Let's say
So-
+2 to a stat, because I'm pretty sure that'd be super overpowered to give +2 intelligence to Essequa now that I'm
Oh,
thinking about it.
yeah.
So
I'm
it'd
kind of
probably
here
be
for it.
wisdom for Essequa and intelligence for everyone else, I think.
I think all of you would know that Fairlos has absolutely no interest in participating directly and winning this prank war, and actively tries to avoid anyone thinking that she is a good prank target, but will not get in your way if any of you are interested.
I have a question about this too.
Hit me.
Does it have to be an individual or can it be teams?
That is so. Here's the thing: you can earn points as a team, but only one person can be the points leader. If there's a tie at the end of the week, you get the current people who are tied have to go another week for just themselves,
Ooh, okay.
and they will keep going until someone is in the lead. And also, when there is a tie, whoever last held the statue is the one who currently has it at that point in time.
Okay.
You can't earn points as a team. That is true, but only one person can actually win.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I like
So-
point assists. That's fun.
I've been thinking about, I'll talk about it later, but I'm thinking about ways to incentivize team ups in combat because 5e
because
doesn't do that
it
very well.
definitely, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I think there's
There's
for
definitely
some of-
class combos, but
Yeah.
there's class combos, there's personality combos, and there's also just like that there are people who wouldn't engage individually but might engage as a group or as a dorm or
Yeah.
as like if as a team effort it makes sense and people would get engaged, but there are also people who would not engage otherwise.
yeah.
And also pranks are more fun with friends. Like,
yeah.
to convince people that the entire campus is falling feels like something where you'd need at least one other person to go, yeah, it is. It really is. You
Yeah.
can't get that ball rolling just by yourself
Yeah.
Yeah.
without some sort of manipulation of someone else otherwise. So
So listen up. We're gonna have y'all pair off. Prince Hespera and Shabra, I want y'all to fight over there. Elizabeth and Win and Charles, y'all fight over there. Dominique and Furlos and Rivulet, I'm sorry, you're the spares. You'll have to fight amongst yourself. Whoever wins gets a plus. Whoever loses gets a B. Go nuts! And they do separate off.
It's just kind of slowly turn and look at Fairlos and Rivulet.
I was about to say, like, is this an expected part of this class, or is
She
this
has done this before, yeah.
okay? Because I think I'm trying. Fairless is all in on this, but I don't want to like jump my friends here. So if we're gonna go into
It would've
initiative,
been-
or if there's a
Yeah.
thing,
It
to
would have
this,
been a
but-
1v1 sort of deal, but you're missing one of your friends, so
Yeah.
there wasn't an even number.
I can do something real quick that'll make it a lot easier. I cast invisibility.
Okay. Real quick. Yeah, go ahead and start with rolling initiative.
Yeah.
Okay. Lucky 13.
Oh!
What's really funny,
I thought I
so
rolled 13.
you guys have already incited that Elizabeth has a crush on Charles.
Shoot.
What's really funny to me is that when I picked these guys at random, but Shubra and Princess Spera both have a crush on each other that neither one of them knows about. So that's pretty funny to me.
I rolled an 11, but I forgot to click on my token.
I'll
before I
add your
did.
token. Yeah.
Thank you.
And it looks like Rivulet, you put yours on Snonky, but that's fine.
oh, sorry, yeah. Sorry, because I was adding Snonky out. Snonky was being summoned.
Oh, I see. You got the announcement. Excellent.
Now we just need Furlos.
I rolled, but I forgot to click. But I got 13.
Oh yeah, and it didn't come across on the thing here, but 13 here. Huzzah. Okay, let's just add Rivulet in manually. Put you over here, give you a 7. Take Snonky back out of it. Come on. All right. Furlos with a 13, you are at the top of initiative.
Okay. For Lauren, before we begin, what are usually the rules here as far as combat?
You go until someone yields.
Okay.
Yeah.
That is helpful to know.
Well,
Okay.
until they yield or go unconscious, but yeah, usually people yield first.
Sure. Has Dominique already gone invisible?
That would
On
probably
her-
not happen until her initiative.
Yeah,
comes
I
up,
feel
so.
like that's
Okay.
fair.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, I guess I'm gonna go after Dominique. Fairlos puts her hammer in ready position, is gonna walk up to Dominique and go,
No. My bones are so brittle.
No, my bones.
I promise this is because I respect you. And I'm gonna cast Booming Blade and hit her with my hammer.
All right.
This is the first time I've done this for a while, so Does a 13 hit you?
It does not.
Okay. So I think the booming blade stays on a hit target.
She just kind
Yeah,
of
you
like
have to hit.
curls into a little
Yeah.
ball on the floor. Like drops down onto the floor and curls into a ball.
I mean, it is an effective strategy.
Yeah.
I cannot deny that. So then, as a bonus action, I'm going to cast Spiritual Weapon, and I'll
Oh, you're
pull
gonna
out the
fuck these
Spiritual Weapon
people
in a
up.
second. But here's my attack.
Oof.
What did it even roll?
A
6.
1.
Oh.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
It's
A
not
1
showing
plus
up on my-
5.
Yeah. So yeah, I completely miss. I think that's fine. I think in this case, like, we are just, this is play.
Yeah.
But yeah, I am done.
All right. That makes it Dominique's turn. I need to turn the grid on. Hold on.
Oh, yeah.
Make that a little easier because I know you guys are going to want to move.
I've said it and I'll say it again. I cast invisibility. And
Gotcha.
I guess this is gonna cause a attack of opportunity.
Yeah, I'll just be at disadvantage
Yeah.
because you're invisible. But if you
Yeah.
move away from me, I do get a chance to try to hit you.
Give me 1 sec.
And so will, I believe, Snonky.
Yep, everybody does. That's why I'm
Snonky
like,
actually won't be summoned. Snonky won't be summoned until
Okay.
until we start.
Green? Oh my goodness, thank you for
Hey,
Oh my
thank you.
gosh! Thank you so much. Hi, Fool. Thank
Thank
you so
you.
much.
I am going to. Oh! Damn.
You're going to O.
Yeah, I was gonna do something, and I was gonna. Ooh! But. Alright, we're gonna do this anyways. Because I have a plan.
Plans are good.
So Snonky is not there.
No.
Snonky's not there yet. No.
It's just me and my spiritual hammer.
Yeah. So go ahead.
Oh, you're moving?
Yes.
Yeah. Are you invisible? Have you already
Yes.
done the invisibility? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm at disadvantage.
I'll wait to see if you maintain concentration before I add the
So-
thing to it.
It helped you avoid a natural 20, but I did roll a 17.
Shield. Wait,
Okay.
does that pop me out of invisibility since it's a reaction?
Yes.
Regular
any
invisibility,
spell
yes.
casting.
Yeah. If
Yep.
you're
Okay.
if you're invisible,
Then
yes.
I
Spell
do
casting,
not
attacks,
shield.
anything other than
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then I do not.
Okay.
I'll just take it.
Then in this case, I rolled minimal damage, so 5 bludgeoning damage.
Make a DC 10 Constitution saving throw if you hold concentration.
Okay. What is it? Constitution?
Yep. Constitution saving throw.
I'm using my inspiration.
That's fair.
All right.
That's fair.
Wait, you. Oh no, you didn't.
No, I decided not to. That's even worse.
Oh no.
You lose concentration on invisibility.
Yep.
So, Furlos, you watch as Dominique goes invisible in front of you. You then swing out with your warhammer, I suppose. Get a nice chunk of her arm, and then she immediately becomes visible again, and then runs. Does that change where you're going at all?
No,
Okay.
no, because that's about as far as I can get. Actually, I'm gonna go to this side instead.
Dominique, the invisibility helps, but you still make a lot
Oh,
of noise. Because you made enough noise that I knew where you were going.
Oh, is that it? Well, in that case, and I am now that I
You
am
wanted to know.
that's fair. Now that I am visible, I am going to go ahead and look at Ferris, and I'm going to say, you know, you do things like that, they tend to come back on you. You never know when, you never know how, but karma always has a way. As I cast Unsettling Words.
Is that a leveled spell?
Nope, it is a
It's a
bonus
bard thing.
action. It is
Oh,
a-
it's not a spell. Oh, it's your
Yeah.
ability. Yeah. I know.
Yeah.
What you're talking about.
You will need to subtract 3 from your next saving throw.
Saving throw. Okay.
All right.
Bards.
I'm pretty sure that's the end of your turn.
Yeah.
Rivulet, your turn.
I'm going to summon our good friend Snunky. Little Snunker.
Nice, Nonky.
So Snunky will appear. I need you please, Fairlos, to make a dexterity saving throw.
I'm gonna ask a weird question. I'm gonna make the dexterity saving throw in a second because I know what Snonky's doing. Does Snonky have like hit points and is targetable?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I rolled a 19.
Okay, you pass. You're fine.
Okay.
Was it a 16? Because you have to take 3
Oh,
off it.
that's right. So 16.
Still, you're
Thank
still
you.
good.
I
So
dodge out
Snunky-
of the side as the water splashes. Then I go, well, hello, Snonky.
and Snunky sort of, you see an arm come out of the wobbly and wobbles back in. And then as a bonus action, I will I will go ahead and cast
Katie, your iPhone left and the stream is.
Oh!
I will cast remove iPhone.
I will
All right.
use my skipping stones. I will prepare 3 pebbles, and
Mhm.
I will make a ranged spell attack on my friend Dominique.
Why?
Because
Snonky came after me.
because I can. So that is a 21 to hit.
That will
That
hit.
will hit.
Oh, we're hearing
Oh,
from your iPhone now.
It's only 4
There we
points of
go.
damage. And then I will have Snonky. I'm going to move myself over. Yeah. Excuse me, please. Why am I not moving? There we go. And I'm going to have Snonky ready teleportation for
Okay.
me.
And what did you what
And the trigger would be if I am attacked.
Gotcha.
what is
Uh.
what did you do to me? I missed it.
You 4 points of damage.
Thank you.
You are now at half health.
Yes, I am.
I mean, we are a little squishy, that's for sure.
Yep.
All right, Furlos, it is now your turn again. There is a Snocky right up in your face.
There is a Snonky and there is a rivulet, and I need to do a tiny bit of measuring. It's okay. Sorry, I've forgotten how to play this character apparently. 15-foot cube.
It's been a
Uh,
while since we
okay.
did any combat, so I get you.
Yeah. So Fearless is going to move there. So she's going to step over for a moment, and then
That's what it's
raises
about,
her
the thunder wave.
she raises her hammer as though to strike, and then is going to just slam the haft of it down on the ground and is casting Thunder Wave. I need Snonky and Rivulet to make.
And we teleport.
Okay.
And you take some damage from that teleport as I go.
It's going to be very
Over.
important when does the damage happen? Is
See,
Snonky
I
still
had a ready
there?
action.
No. That still is going to happen.
Yeah.
Absolutely. When I
damage
take damage, will
See,
Snonky?
when you
Nope.
said it, you said that the trigger was going to be if you are attacked, which I took to mean once somebody begins the act of attacking you. So I would say from that trigger phrase, I would say you probably teleport before the attack goes off.
I think what
Well, 'cause
Lauren is asking is there may be something that happens to Snonky for
does
attacking
damage
her.
as we port. So Snonky,
right.
Yes.
So
here's
we teleport, then each creature within 5 feet of the space that we left takes damage.
So if I have a reaction to taking damage as well, that won't happen because Snonky's already gone. That's
Yes.
the only thing I'm trying to.
Yes, we teleport first, then the damage happens.
Yeah, that's how that order happens.
Okay.
So I need you to make a dex save, please.
Alright.
I will say, you may want to re-choose your teleportation spot. You would know from previous times, exiting the arena is an automatic loss.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Then I will go. Actually,
and that was a. Sorry.
It's a dex. You succeeded. You're fine.
16. Okay.
I didn't tell you, so it's not really your fault. I'm telling you now before you would not have left the arena, I imagine, knowing that fact.
No, I would not.
That makes sense.
And actually, Snonky and I don't have to go to the same place when we teleport, so I will go ahead and put Snonky here.
Are you like hanging off the banister up there, sort of thing?
Oh no, sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't see where the arena was. I sorry.
We cool. All right. So Furlos, that was your action, the thunder wave.
Yep.
And
so
how
as
big
a
is your
bonus,
thunder wave?
It's a 15-foot, which I tried to very specifically not hit.
I was
the
checking
other.
to see if the other guys got hit or not. Gotcha.
No, Ferlos is trying to play fair as far as like I'm only going to attack the people I'm supposed to be attacking. Okay, so as a bonus action, her spiritual weapon is going to move there and attack Snonky. Sorry, Snonky. That is a 15 to hit.
Sorry, let me pull up Snonky's
13.
stuff. That will hit.
Okay.
Yes.
Snonky is going to take 9 force damage.
Ooh.
Oh, ouch.
That's a lot.
Actually.
It is.
I can't remember.
Actually.
Let me see if I have it. I can't remember.
Well, if it's a reaction, didn't you do a reaction already? Or am I misremembering?
Nope, you're right.
She
I
did not. Wait.
No, I did. No, I didn't because
you were gonna.
I was going to, and then I
Yeah.
didn't because it would have popped me out of invisibility. But I can't do what I wanted to do anyways, so it's okay.
All right.
Okay. So I do
9
take
points of damage.
Okay.
And so I'd only move 5 feet. So then, with the rest of my movement, I'm gonna go there, and I'm done.
Gotcha. Dominique, it is now your turn again.
Right, well, now that I am out of the way, perhaps this will work better. I am going to once again cast invisibility.
Okay.
Bink! And
Second verse, same as the first, I assume.
actually, before I cast invisibility, I did not realize Furlos was all up on me again.
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and risk taking more damage.
You're gonna move away from me?
1, yep, 2, 3,
All right.
4, 5.
Am I guessing right that Dominique's plan was originally just to wait it out, let them smack each other, and then clean up at the end?
Yeah.
Oh, and I missed.
Okay. And then she casts invisibility. And bonus action will be nothing. I'm not going to do a bonus action.
Gotcha. Rivulet, it is now your turn.
Okay. And you are invisible now?
Yes.
Yes, Dominique is
Okay.
invisible.
And I
Um,
cast invisibility before I finished running.
Okay. So I am going to use let's see here. Using Wild Companion, I am going to summon a wolf spider.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
So that I don't know if I have a token for that ready to go or not.
If you don't, I can get
If I
you
don't,
one.
just something out there would be awesome.
Well, while you pull that up, just to let everybody know, I just heard thunder outside, which is a really weird thing to happen in Seattle because thunderstorms don't normally happen. There was one last night. We lost power for a little bit. So if I suddenly go away, Fairlos just suddenly falls unconscious for no reason whatsoever. Just to let you all know. Hopefully it won't happen. I won't lose power.
Oh, what kind of spider was it?
It's a just double check. I think it's a wolf spider. 1 second. Giant wolf spider.
This is close enough. Where would you like it?
Right there is just a little bit away from the weapon. Sure. And it's climbing up on the wall. Just FYI. Then I am going to move. Yeah. And as a bonus action, I will ask Snonky, my friend, to ready the same as last time.
Gotcha.
Actually, I have to be within 5 of Snonky to do that. I will ask Snonky to ready that.
Same deal. Gotcha.
Yeah, same deal.
All right. I believe that makes it Furlos' turn.
It is. As a bonus action, my spiritual weapon is going to attack Snonky.
Okay. And as that happens, we go.
Teleport away.
Yup. Over. Oh wait, it can only be 15, so. Yeah. My thing is not dropping. Come on. There we go. Cool. And roll a dex save, please.
Dex save.
Dex save.
I continue to at least roll well on the saves. 18?
Yep, you are fine. And
Okay.
Things go splashy, splashy. And for my spider,
Well, this is still my turn.
oh, right. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's okay. So that was my bonus action. As an action, I'm going to move there. And I'm going to cast Booming Blade and hit Riv with my hammer. Or at least try to. Because I eventually learn. 21 to hit?
21.
I will, as a reaction, cast shield, and that will miss.
Okay. Then I am done.
Fair enough.
I will just keep whacking people with my hammer until you're
my
out
shield
of shield.
is called Off a Duck's Back.
That's yeah.
That is amazing.
That was very nice.
Dominique, it is now your turn.
Rolls off me.
I am going to hold my action. And I am going to hold it to dodge if I am attacked.
Gotcha. Rivulet.
Oh, I do want to move, though.
Okay. Go ahead and Rivulet, do your turn while Dominique is invisibly moving.
Okay.
It's tough.
It is. I mean, PvP is always tough.
Sorry, give me a second.
Mhm. By the way, thank you guys for the hype train, and we really, really appreciate it. Thank you so much for the gifted subs, Lurking Rider, Fuel. No, thank you, Goblin Katie. You're quit trying to suck up, Goblin Katie. But we really appreciate the support. Thank you all.
What do we got?
I'm give me a second. I'm deciding. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm thinking.
Well, while she's deciding and thinking, what's going on with the other pairs?
Okay, so Princess Spara and Shabra are, let's say, like Princess Spara is trying to be sneaky because he's class wise he would be a rogue.
Mm-hmm.
When you actually watch when Shabra gets into combat, a little amulet she has around her neck turns into a full Iron Man-esque looking suit of armor on her. And then she walks up,
Artificer, yeah.
and then she walks up and starts wailing on him with her fists.
Mm-hmm.
Charles and Elizabeth are really struggling with the idea of hitting each other at all.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wait, she's the one who has a crush on him, isn't she?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Oh, bless.
And so far they haven't landed any hits on each other, but if you're observing Furlough, if you were observing this, you would notice they're not really trying very hard to hit each other.
That's fair. Yeah, I think Fairlow's, their whole attention is on the fact that they've got two people that she's got to keep track of. But situational awareness, she's been in enough fights that she can't help but be aware of what the two are doing over there.
That's
Go ahead.
fair.
So, I am going to pull out a scroll, and I will cast Fog Cloud. So,
Gotcha.
Cool.
come on, Fog Cloud. There we go.
Ooh.
I'm trying to put it out on the thing. There we go. So, I think
I think you just made the prince very happy.
yeah. I mean, I think yeah, that's probably about where it would live. Come on. Ugh, my mouse is not cooperating with me and won't drop it where I'm dropping it. Come on.
That's okay.
Drop the thing. Okay. So I drop a fog cloud, and then Snonky will move. Not the fog cloud. Snonky, come on. How do I get to Snonky without moving my fog cloud?
I think you're gonna have to move the fog cloud, move Snonky,
Yep,
and
and
then
move it
move
back.
it back. Yeah,
Yeah.
because I think it's layering.
Okay. Snonky will move here. Fog cloud will be here. I will ready my
I moved the fog cloud to the back of the token layer, so everything else should be on top of it
oh,
now.
thank you. And we're gonna just port, and I'm going to do something a little different with my move, which lets me go a little bit further than I usually do. I can go ahead and move into. We're gonna go ahead and, or I guess I should move Snonky to here. Snonky and I'm gonna move all the way back to the outer edge here, because as we start to land, I lean forward and I sort of swoop in, gathering the humidity in the air from the fog cloud. I'm using it to cushion myself and almost swim through the air. And I will
Nice.
glide there, and Snonky will go to here.
And this is a teleport, the teleport, right?
It's a teleport,
Okay.
but because of who Riv is, I get to do some extra shiny things.
Oh yeah. No, it's super
Um,
cool. I'm just clarifying it's a teleport, not a move. So
All right.
And I'm going to have the spider ready. I'm sorry. The spider is going to come on. Why can't I grab anything? I can't move the spider.
Where would you like it?
It's
Oh, that's yeah. You can't move the spider because I'm the one that put it down.
I'm gonna have it sort of crawling around the edges of the walls.
This way.
Yeah, because when it gets close enough, it has blind sight, so it could find our friend Dominique. That face says everything.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I think it has 30 feet of movement, so that's about where it gets.
So, and that is what I will do.
That's fair. Have you already used up your inspiration?
I have not.
Okay. Because I like that idea of using a blindsided spider so much, I was going to give you another one, but...
Oh.
Heavily obscured. Okay.
Thank you.
I believe that makes it Furlos's turn, unless you had something else.
I believe that is Fearless's turn. I think I've hit everything.
Okay. So, heavily obscured. So, obviously disadvantage on stuff, but can I even see them? I can't remember what that ruling is.
Not through the fog, unless I believe we kind of decided from a practical standpoint, if you happen to find yourself base to base with somebody, you kind of know they're there, but if you're not base to base with somebody, you got no idea which direction they are.
Okay. So Fairlos knows how to get rid of the fog cloud. But so far, the two people that she is fighting against are basically just ducking and weaving and dodging and ducking and weaving and dodging. And suddenly they can't see her now. And so instead of worrying about the fog cloud, she's going to ready an action. And the... Yeah, she's going to ready a spell to cast if she sees someone attacking her.
Understandable.
And she and the spiritual weapon will stay right there.
So as that happens, you hear, because you can't see through the fog cloud, but you hear Maestro Lenora Duvall yell from over here. Now, what are y'all doing? Stop that. Everybody drop your spells.
But that is things.
I am not dropping my spiritual weapon.
Where are we hearing it? From where the token is?
Yeah, where the token is.
Is it the end of class yet, or close to the end of class?
No, not even close. This is
it's
the
been
very
like
beginning of class.
18 seconds.
I don't want to drop my spell.
I think we. I don't believe it's her.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I believe it's her.
It's prank wars.
Yeah, I'm not dropping my spell.
Oh, you guys are definitely getting pranked right now.
I think Fairlos believes it's her and is not going to drop the spiritual weapon anyway.
I mean, we see two of them, right?
What?
No, because you guys can't see through the fog cloud. And where it is, even outside of it, you don't have the angle.
I have my wolf spider though, right there, and I can see through my familiar's eyes on my next turn.
Then there are two, yes.
Okay. Anything different about this one?
The one that is closest to your wolf spider, so you can see through it? Is that because it's familiar?
Blind sight? So if it's an illusion, it's gonna not be doing anything.
Oh, that's interesting. It's not an illusion, but it is an illusion.
So it's someone doing disguise self kind of
somebody
situation.
doing disguise self. Yeah.
Okay.
Just out of curiosity, Sim, I do have line of sight to the teacher that's at the north.
Yeah.
So would I be able? What was her reaction to that?
Both. You know what? Rivulet and Dominique, both of you guys make either an insight or a perception check?
I'll go insight.
So will I.
Oh, actually, I'll go perception. I've got a higher perception.
I'm gonna go ahead and use my inspiration here.
Okay.
And that's 17 for me.
Gotcha.
Oh, 19.
19. A 17 and a 19 tells you that the lady who told you guys to fight is probably not the real Lenora Duvall.
Okay.
So, like, I'm guessing we didn't see her mouth move.
Yeah, when the other one came in and said stop, that happened. But also, let's just go ahead and switch her out for the proper token, because she's going to drop her spell as soon as he is going to they are going to drop their spell as soon as they are told to.
Okay.
Nice. Professor
And?
Jules. Or no, that's a student. Jules was a student.
That is
Jules
a
is
student.
Jules is
Yeah.
the 200 to 300-year-old.
Yeah. Oh my god, I love him. I just looked at his portrait.
Yeah, let's just blow it up real quick for everybody else to see.
It's so good.
You hear him bubbling underneath his fishbowl. I believe that is 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35 points for me.
Why is he getting points?
You can't self-declare points.
Yeah.
Well, and he pulls
I
the little
win
statue out.
5,000 points.
He pulls
I
the little
win.
statue out. I definitely have the points.
But we didn't fall for the prank. Do they not have to fall for the prank for someone to get the points?
I'm gonna have my wolf spider go over and tie his shoelaces in a knot.
Dominique, the prank was he made you guys fight each other.
Oh, okay. Got it.
The
got it,
teacher
got it.
was late showing up, and he...
But I didn't take any offensive actions.
Eh? You still ran away from your friends. I think that's good enough.
All right.
In a combat class, this was this was not the norm.
It has
of what
happened
we would
before.
do.
It has happened before.
Okay.
But she's never, like, straight up at the very beginning of a class been like, all right, fight.
Well,
So wait. We're backing up for just a second because Pharaohs can hear all of this even if she can't see.
Sure.
The prank was he's making us all fight.
He tricked us at the
And-
beginning of the class to think he was our professor.
Yeah.
And that
That's the
means that
important part.
Pharaohs hit Snonky.
Yeah.
And I hear where he is.
Yeah, roughly.
Guiding bolt I do not need to see the target. A flash of light streaks towards a
Wait,
creature of
we're
your choice.
we're still in initiative, aren't we?
Yes, but
'Cause
I mean, we
had
can
held
stay in initiative.
I had held my action until
So
someone
if-
attacked me, and I am considering this an attack.
So to be clear, you guys have already worked this out both as players and as characters.
Yeah.
That you weren't supposed to be fighting each other.
Right.
You do not have to continue to be in initiative at this point if you
Well,
do not
I
wish
was
to.
asking if we are because I was
Okay.
I was next and I had some stuff I wanted to do, so that's why I was asking.
Okay.
I mean, if you'd like to do it anyway, even after working out what was going on, then
Oh,
I
I
guess
want to
you
do
are-
this especially because I've
Yeah.
worked out what's going on. So, my trigger for my reaction was being attacked. I'm considering the fact that I've been pranked being attacked.
Oh, yeah,
I
I
had
think it's
held
fine.
guiding bolt, which does not require me to see the target.
Yeah,
And
go ahead.
I have 120 feet of range on this. I'm going to attack him. Does a 24 hit?
Oh yeah.
All right. He is going to take 19 radiant damage and is going to begin to glow, and the next attack against him will have advantage.
Fair enough.
And you hear Fairlos growl. You made me hit Snonky.
The rage.
Oh, yes.
I hear Snonky splash in agreement.
It's
Uh,
one thing
bloop.
if this was like part of the training and they've done
yeah.
this before, but as just a random prank,
Dominique, did you have something you said you
I
wanted to get done before we
did.
exit initiative?
Yes. I mean, we can do it after We can exit initiative. That's
Well, I mean,
fine.
we can exit initiative, but you can
Yeah.
be the first one to act, and then we'll go
Right.
into.
I'm going to cast Shape Water.
Okay. All right.
And the water that is in his fishbowl head, it's all going to move away from where his gills are. And if I can, I want it to like run down the front of his clothes and all collect right in his groin area.
Oh, if Riv sees though that you are risking that's basically choking somebody out. Like that's something. Then
We are
Snonky's
allowed to
gonna
hurt people.
then Snonky will go climb up the bowl to help.
Okay,
Because-
because that was going to kill him. Yeah.
Well, it wouldn't
Yeah,
automatically kill him. He'd have a
No,
moment.
he's down. I was gonna. The amount of damage that would do was going to be quite a lot, and he's already down to like 3 hit points.
Oh, all right. Then
That's his.
Then I'll only
breathing
take
that you'd
half
be
of the
cutting
water
off.
to do that.
Okay. Okay.
And I'm going to yell as this is happening. So he's still got enough to breathe.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I'm going to yell as this is happening.
So I'm just gonna say, Riv, if
Right.
you take away someone's water for Riv, like you grew up underwater too.
Yeah.
Like that's for Riv, who's amphibious.
Yeah.
Like
So
that.
am I,
That
yeah.
is it's a no-go for me. Like
I
that's
thought-
a Riv would immediately get Snonky up there.
Yeah,
'cause
I was gonna
that's
give him
cutting
like
off
I was
someone's-
only gonna have it for like 6 seconds and then put it back.
Yeah, yeah.
It was basically
No, that's
But yeah,
totally
yeah.
cool. Riv
Yeah.
immediately though, that would be a thing that she would
Gotcha.
spring into action.
Okay.
So regardless of
On
what
that.
happens,
Right.
Snonky is
He's
going
gonna be
to
okay regardless.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm going to yell.
Snonky PR.
I'm going to yell at Jules. I know where you sleep. And then half that water just appears at the front of his groin area, like he's wet his pants.
Fair enough. And yeah, that's the end. So
I
5 points to me.
So Snonky will go into the bowl, help Jules breathe, but also
Yeah.
like kind of dome out because Snonky can change shape, sort
Mhm.
of like dome out and go.
I like that.
also, I'll just say, let me know when Fairlos can make another action.
I
Oh,
think-
we're out of
Yeah.
initiative.
Go ahead.
You can do
Okay.
whatever you'd like.
So
I'll clear the fog cloud too, so you can see what's happening.
So as the fog cloud clears, you see that Fairlos is moving incredibly fast, like faster than you've seen her move most of the time, as she's going to use her feline agility to basically double her speed if this was in combat, so that she can get up to him
Yeah.
and hammer at the ready, and is going to put her face basically up to his face as close as we can get, and especially with Snonky right there, and she's going to go, apologize to Snonky.
I'm sorry.
That's all? That's the entirety of your apology?
Yes.
She's going to raise her hammer. You need to learn better apology manners. Why don't you try again?
I'm very sorry.
Do I get the sense that he's actually sorry at this point, even if
Oh,
it's...
no, he's just scared shitless of you, and you knocked him down to literally like almost no hit points. He's almost dead.
Okay.
You're holding the hammer up, and he's almost dead. He's
Yeah.
gonna say whatever you ask him to say. Yeah.
That's fair. That's fair. But it's good to know that she knows that he's doing this out of fear, and he's not really actually that sorry. If you make anyone hurt Snonky again, I'm gonna make sure that you never can do another prank to anyone ever for the rest of your life. Do you understand?
Yes.
Good. And I'll drop my spiritual weapon and turn around and walk away.
Dominique, you do notice that Shibra is still wailing on Princess Farah currently, despite all of this. Actually, I was going to say Rivulet for catching, for ensuring that Jules Verdon was not murdered for a prank, I'm going to give you back that inspiration that you used.
Oh, thank you.
Because that could have gone really poorly, actually.
Oh, he would have been
I
fine.
Yeah, I think
I
that's
can heal
something
people.
that Riv
Sorry.
is sensitive about. I think that's a
Yeah.
That's totally
'cause
understandable.
that's not a casual act, I think,
Yeah.
when that's your breathing.
Yeah,
That's your
Whereas
That's not
also,
something you do to a fellow student. That's something
You
you
don't
might
do
do
it
in
Well,
like,
that's
lightly.
something
Yeah, that's
you don't do to a fellow student.
it's an act of warfare.
yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
if that's something you do, and especially because Dominique comes from the same kind of place,
Mhm.
you understand the impact of that.
Yeah.
So that's
Oh, she
like,
absolutely does. Yeah.
I get like there's something in that I understand about you
Mhm.
and the scale of your retaliation there.
yeah.
So, let's go to lunch. In game.
So wait, I'm curious what happens in class after this.
Yeah,
I'm curious what the
Lenora-
actual
talked about-
teacher does.
Legitimately, Lenora is just sort of like, these fucking kids. Jesus Christ. Okay.
You mentioned that the prince is
Yeah.
still getting his butt.
Oh,
whooped.
well, she stops eventually beating the shit out of him, yes.
Okay. While he is on the ground,
Uh-huh.
I'm going to walk over and hold out a hand to help him up. And just smile and arch an eyebrow.
He is not going to take your hand, and he's going to get up on his own. For
Excellent.
sure.
Oh, what's the matter? You do not trust me?
No.
Why have I not? What have I ever done to you?
I'm not going to entertain that question at all. Get away
Well,
from me.
I just want to point something out because I don't think you saw it. Jules has the trophy. And she turns around and starts walking.
It's a trophy. All right. So you guys have lunch. You can use this as like a free period to go do something else if you'd like. You do have your speechcraft and philosophy classes if you'd like to talk to those people after lunch, but
I figure we'll just talk. You said that we could talk at the end of class.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll just do that.
Okay.
I think.
Oh, but during lunch.
Sure. Let's move you to the lunch room.
Yeah.
Are the prince and all of his group in the cafeteria?
Yeah.
Okay.
Everybody's basically in the same spot. I'm just going to say that everybody's basically in the same spots they were for breakfast.
Okay. Go ahead, Lauren.
Let me move you guys back into here.
Fairlos doesn't talk to anybody else. Goes to lunch, sits in like the farthest corner, has the largest plate of food, and is like rage eating. You just see she still looks. It's a mixture of very angry and pissed, and then also there's like a little bit of guilt there.
Snonky is going to take a vaguely humanoid form, and come and sort of sit next to you and put a water tendril around you. You suddenly have a very damp waist.
I'm okay
just
with
sort
that.
of like leans against you a little, while before vanishing. Also, each of you gets a magic pebble, which a skipping stone. Which until I cast Skipping Stone again, is active, and it will be it's a 1d6 plus 3 if you throw it at something.
Okay.
Your lunch is a grilled steak sandwich on ciabatta with caramelized onions and cheese. Parmesan fries with parsley and a garlic aioli. For anyone who doesn't want to eat meat, there is a salad option, a fairly large salad if you'd like it. Mixed greens, roasted beets, goat cheese, candied walnuts, and a balsamic vinegar. And then if you guys, after you're finished eating, are up for it, there is a chocolate mousse with whipped cream and fresh berries.
As we're having lunch, since I had my good berry and I don't need to eat, I am going to pull out my viol and play while we're having lunch, which is going to be my Song of Rest.
Oh,
So everybody gets an extra d6 hit points if you choose to recover some.
Rivulet, out of curiosity, does if I talk to Snonky, do you hear what I'm saying, or does
if
Snonky
I
tell
want
you?
yes,
Okay.
Snonky and I can communicate, but if you want something to be private, you can tell Snonky something privately.
No, I don't think Fairlos cares if it's private. I think it's more just I wanted to know if she was aware that it was possible that you would hear this, because what Snonky is going to hear is in between like shoveling mouthfuls of food, Fairlos is going to go, he tricked me into hurting you, and you are essentially an innocent in this, and we thought we were fighting, and it's one thing for me to be fighting my friends when they think that we're supposed to be fighting each other, but they made me hit you, and I'm very sorry about that. And on top of that, I didn't even really get to hit anybody, and so I just flailed around doing nothing that entire thing, and I'm just very embarrassed and angry, and it's a good thing that you are a nicer creature than I am, because I would have knocked his ass on the ground 12 more times.
And Snonky-
Rage eat. Rage eat.
Snonky reaches out tendrils and just forms like a heart, and then but also you would know about Snonky that if Snonky, like a familiar, if something happens to Snonky can reform out of the water like the tides. Snonky can neither be created nor destroyed. Snonky is eternal.
There's a different way for the water to be.
Exactly.
But
Snonky is the epitome of Zen philosophy.
But it is the I think that is a small comfort in this specific case. It's more the she feels very upset and embarrassed, and also very self-conscious. So even though Snonky would have been okay and everybody would have been okay, she's not. Yeah.
But Snonky is trying to assuage the guilt in that way of like trying to make you, I guess. And at one point, Snonky does like a miniature version of a droplet Snonky self, which then kind of collapses into an ocean wave, and then sort of does this, and then comes up and forms another Snonky droplet.
I think,
and it sort of bounces.
I think Farrell also watched that. Like stop eating to actually watch that, and it's more of like she's letting Snonky help calm her down, because now it's reminding her of being on a boat on the waves.
Snonky becomes a reflecting pool.
Yeah, but like that kind of, them rocking back and forth. So yeah, but she will spend the entire lunch period in that corner rage eating otherwise.
That's fair.
Does this count as a short rest?
Yes, it does.
Okay.
And you get an extra d6 back.
Thank you. I didn't actually lose hit points, but I did have to spend my spell slots.
Yeah, literally, I did not get a chance to hit any of you because I rolled like shit except for my saving throws, and it's probably really good, because if I had hit more than just Snonky, I think Fairlos would have been inconsolable if she had downed any of you from a prank. So, because like I would have booming bladed, which would have done a lot of damage, and then I also would have channeled divinity to max out my
right, the thunder wave,
the thunder damage. Well, not just the thunder wave. Booming blade does.
Yes, I know. But
so thunder damage.
If I had hit it was going to be like, I respect the things that you were doing, because it was very possible I could hit you once and down you. So,
and if I didn't have to bonus action to control Snonky, there was a good chance I was going to Hexblade's curse on you, and then that would have.
So just as an example, Dominique goes down with a max damage thunder wave.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah,
I'm very squishy.
Yeah,
this is why I run.
No, I get it, and but this is all like what's going through Farrellos's head of like, it's one thing if this was a fight that we were all supposed to be doing, but the fact that we were tricked into it, So I'm Lauren is very glad that she failed all of those rolls.
Fair enough. What else would you guys like to do for lunch? Just chill out,
Uh,
relax, and heal up?
Yeah,
Check
because
in
the
on
short rest,
Estequan.
I've got to spend the
That's
whole
fair.
hour.
Well, I'm thinking, considering we only have about 15 minutes left,
Mhm.
this might be a good place for us to drop off so that Estequa could be involved in the rest of your school day.
Yeah,
Uh,
especially since Dominique and I are going to go talk to our
Mhm.
advisors, and it seems like we
As
all
am I.
want. Yeah, it seems like we all have wanted everybody there for at least that
Yeah.
initial conversation. So
Mhm.
having
So we can
love
have
you,
this moment
Latia.
where, like, Rivulet's going to go speak with Asuka and probably be like, "Hey, how you feeling?" And then maybe bring her back to lunch.
More like, how's your book?
You had a good stopping place because
I think
we
Asuka
want
was
to do
there
things.
just like copying the spell book that she got
Oh, that's right,
from
yeah.
the professor. Like,
That's very possible, yeah. All right, so let's give our credits and yeah, let's start getting onto an outro here. Cartography by Shay and Peku, cartography by Shay and Peku Sci-Fi, maps by Luke Stratton, maps by Eightfold Paper, music by Tabletop Audio, and character tokens by Greek46. Katie?
1 second. Thank you so much for joining us. I just realized I could say it instead of typing it in chat. Thank you guys so much for joining us. Thank you for the hype trains. Thank you for the subs and the support. We really appreciate you guys being here. It's been an absolute blast playing this game so far, and getting to share it with you wonderful people brings so much joy. I am Katie Downey, aka Goblin Katie. You can find me on all the socials and Twitch at Goblin Katie. I am delighted to be here, and I want to give a big shout out to our mod. Thank you, Billith. Thank you, Strike Red Kite, for filling in too. And I think that covers it for me. So, mwah!
Does anybody else
Hi.
want to plug anything before we go?
Yeah, I'll plug real quick again. I'm on Tuesday on the Phoenix Iwaki channel. We're doing a Humblewood game. We're a couple episodes in, and you can see me playing a Vulpin baby blade singer, a first level wizard. So they're a ranger. So that's at 6 o'clock on Tuesdays, and you should definitely follow Dungeon Scrawlers on all of the things, because there might be some fun announcements for fun things coming up this week, just for fun.
and Tuesdays at 1 p.m. on that Bronze Girls channel, we play some Fablecraft, which is a very cool VTT platform and system and world. And really, they have really beautiful art, and they are very strongly all about art made by humans, which we love. So it's a ton of fun, and I hope you come join us for that, as well as coming back and joining us for more of this.
Yes. We will see you next week. I don't know.
Do you
I
have an
did that.
outro?
I don't have an outro yet, so don't die. And I guess we'll see you next week.